Welcome back, everybody. Apologies for that. Just a slight
break.
We're back, and of course, this is round 4. If you've just joined us of Norway Chess, 2 games remaining. 2 very important games for the tournament, really. We've got the guy in second place, and we've got the guy in first place playing. Caruana, white against Giri, pushing, pressing, very slowly but surely. Looks like he's getting the upper hand.
Keeps posing problems. By no means over. We consult the computer. Knight d5 seems to be more or less holding, but it does look very, very scary and hard to play over the board. Anish Giri taking a long time here. I predicted a draw. I've been not doing very well with my predictions. We'll get into that in a minute. The game Kayaking Grishuk, where I also expected a draw. Grishuk was doing great earlier, but it looks like it's pretty much agony here. He's found a great resource. He played the move Rook c1, probably the most resilient move. His point is after King c5, which looks natural. He has Rook dc2, and he can keep the game going. So it's up to Sergei Kayakin to find something here. There are some pretty sick lines, once again, courtesy of computer engine of your choice, like Rook f7 check here, and if King e8, there's a good old trick, d7, King d8, King d6 with checkmate. So the move to play is King g8, stepping into the discovered check. Rook takes f6, Rook takes c4 check, King d5. The computer believes white is better, but to give up a rook like that, it's not an easy thing to do. I would not expect this to happen. So Rook c1, very good resource by Grishuk. Another move Kayakin could try, which is maybe more natural, is Rook f7 check, King to e8, d7 check, King d8, and now King c5, where once again Rook dc2 would lose to King d6. So instead Grishuk would have to try to stop King d6 by all means, playing King to c7, when the game is still going. Seems like white is better, but he did find this. I really like this resource, Rook c1.
What an amazing
because
move.
Yeah, it keeps posing problem. Grishuk once again showing what he's made of. Very tough fighter.
Absolutely. Well, look, we've still got Queen f2 on the board in the other game here. Jan, what do you think here? Just give us an idea of what you think is going on.
I think white has a mighty threat of Rook f8 followed by Queen f6, which has to be parried. And even though it might be possible, I believe it's very, very hard to play over the board. Also, white is not forced to do anything. Even if Giri parried that threat, you just can improve your position. You go King g2, Knight f3, whatever you like. The main factor of the position is that the white king is just so much safer than the black king. And I would expect by now that Fabiano Caruana will win this game, move into 3.5 out of 4. If he won this game and Grishuk lost his game, once again I would have managed to get all 5 predictions wrong. I believe we prepared a little video of my prediction history here, which the computer can play for us. Also my great tendency that I keep losing dinners to you, which is really...
It's stunning to...
I'm happy to feed you, but it starts to get frustrating, I gotta tell you. Like, this is
I bet it does.
the worst run I've had in my gambling life. In the meantime, we're looking at a picture on our secret little screen of Boris Becker playing chess with Mr. Djokovic.
Yeah,
looks like the game of chess is catching on.
It's really interesting because when I met Boris Becker a few years ago at the London Chess Classic, Jan, he came along. He's a chess fanatic. He loves chess.
Wow.
And his kids learn it and so on and so forth. He really loves it. He said that for his preparation when he won Wimbledon in 1989 or 91.
It's been a while, yeah.
He actually, the way he prepared just before the game to get focused is he played chess.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of chess players like Leon Aronian who like to play tennis before the game. So maybe there is some secret connection between these 2 games. But I'm never sure, but it looks like Becker really means it, really loves the game. Some celebrities, you think they use chess to improve their image, so they look like more as a strategist?
Yeah, I think so. I think there are a lot of celebrities that do it. Shows that you've got some element of intellect about you.
Yeah, because we're big intellectuals as chess players.
Yeah, well, I think we are,
Yeah,
aren't
we
we?
have that image. Yeah.
I think we
Certainly.
are.
A lot of boxers also big chess fans, or so they say at least. Yeah, the Klitschko brothers, they're big chess players.
Well, they're serious chess players.
They are
aren't
serious chess players. Lennox Lewis, I think, is a serious chess player.
Yeah.
So a lot of
I'm still
stories
waiting
like that.
for the day that we see, a fully blown celeb chess tournament, commentated
could be
by
fun.
yours truly. Of course.
Right.
Um,
Who'd be your favorite? Who's the strongest celeb chess player?
the strongest celeb chess player. Wow, that's a really tough.
Magnus Carlsen, probably.
He's not bad. I don't know who, as a strictly celebrity player, who it would be. I wouldn't be able to tell you, but I'm sure there'd be a few.
Tweet us, #C24Lives. Who are the strongest chess players? Who are
Celebrity
the
chess
strongest celebrity chess players?
players. Yeah.
I'm not that sure. I honestly don't know. I've met a few German celebrities who are decent chess players, but they're not that famous outside of Germany,
Well,
except for Boris Becker.
I would love to know like a 2300 solid or 2200 or 2300 solid, completely
but
not. But
Who was the time? Like, if you dedicated your career and became famous in something else, I think it's hard to
maybe
even be
Simon
a
Adjuston, footballer.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, it's possible. Got a tweet from Paco Vallejo, who just beat Ho Yifan, by the way.
Is he in the finals?
He's
He's
in the
playing in
finals.
Leon.
Klein in Leon,
Congratulations.
the Spanish number one, and he says on Twitter, "So sad tomorrow I will miss the show of Jan Gustafsson and Lawrence Trent. Any bets on Nadal Djokovic? Oh goodness, not
I
more
think
bets.
whomever I'd bet on would lose, so we can probably move the line in Vegas quite a bit if I say my money's on Djokovic. I don't know. I don't follow tennis all that
Nadal
closely.
destroyed Murray, so actually, my money is on Rafa.
Right. Whom is Paco Vallejo meeting in the finals in Leon? Is he playing the Chinese?
That's a very good question. I'm not sure who he is playing. Maybe you can tweet us, please, Paco. Who won the other match? I have to say I didn't see that. I just saw that you won. So please let us know. In the meantime, though, we have action in Karyakin Grishchuk. And is Grishchuk saving? Are you going to get a result right?
I don't know. I think it's still worse. He has to play King C7 now. He's going to find this move because it's only move, but it's still very important.
So after Rook C1, he should have played King C5, theoretically, but
I'm
played...
not sure. This is a piece sacrifice, very hard to do.
Yeah, D7 check, King
This
D8.
is the human way to handle it.
C5.
Point is that Rook DC2, as mentioned, runs into King D6
Right.
with checkmate.
So he's got to play King C7.
He has to play King C7, and he will. When Karyakin has a bunch of ways to keep the game going. One cute line, for example, is Rook takes H7, and if Rook DC2, I believe D8 Queen or D8 anything is winning. King takes, and once again King D6. So that's something to keep an eye
That's
on.
an unbelievable little resource. And the point is, if King C8, you go Bishop D5, and the
mating net.
it's an important mating net, because actually, just as a sort of side note for our viewers, you know what I'm going to say here, but this is if you took all the pawns off the board and you just gave black one rook,
Right.
this is actually a winning rook and bishop versus rook ending. Very few times you get this in your career, but this configuration here is actually winning, and it's almost looking at the line, it's almost similar how you win it, but this would be a winning position for white with just a rook, and take everything else off, take the rook off, and it would still be winning. Amazing.
Very true.
King C7 was played, by the way.
And
No, he's
Rook
going to
takes
take on
H7
H7.
means Grishuk has to find another move here, which
No, he's going to play rook DC2.
I don't know. I think he's going to spot this. It's D8 and King D6.
So what else do you do?
Well, he has to find something
Rook
else.
E1?
Rook CD1, Rook E1, I don't know. But something that discourages this idea.
This is so complex. Rook E1 could be a very good move, because if you
What
go
about the
bishop-
same idea? Just curious. D8. Ah,
yeah, but now
understand.
you
Then,
block.
then you king d6, you have
Just
rook takes
d4
d4,
check,
bishop d5,
and
rook
rook
takes e4, and you're out of the woods because rook h8, you have rook e8.
Still a draw, but it's quite.
Yeah, but... So, once again, Kayakin has plenty of time. He's going to have a good think here. We've praised his ending expertise quite a bit on this show in the past. I would still expect him to keep grinding, but I'm very impressed with his move rook c1 by Grishuk, keeping the game going.
Really great move. We've got a great tweet here from Tarjei Svensson. Depends how you define a celebrity, but the scriptwriter of Lilyhammer is an FM rated 2343. Have you seen Lilyhammer?
I've seen the first season. I'm
Yeah.
surprised Tarjei points it out, because I don't think this show is very friendly to Norwegians.
Right.
It's a show about a mobster
I've
ending
seen
up in Lillehammer.
It's the guy who's in The Sopranos.
He was on The Sopranos. He's also a band member of Bruce Springsteen,
Right.
Steve Van Zandt.
Steve Van Zandt, yeah.
Anyway, it doesn't make Norwegians look very good, in my humble opinion. It is a funny show, though. I
It's a
enjoyed
great
it.
show.
I haven't seen the second season yet.
I saw some episodes. So he's a serious. I mean, that's serious.
Yeah, but is he a celebrity, the scriptwriter of a show?
No,
No
he's
one's
not
ever heard
really.
of him.
No, right. That's the problem. Nobody actually has ever heard of. Well, I'm sure there are some who've heard of him, but anyway, Sting apparently likes to play chess.
Right,
Sting.
but the question is, who's the strongest? My
Yeah.
favorite celebrity who's a chess player, of course, Howard Stern. I'm a huge fan of the Howard
I
Stern
remember you
show.
saying,
I think I mentioned it on the program. He's into chess. He's like 1800, but there's surely someone stronger.
yeah.
Anish Giri
Interesting.
has played king to g7. Is that a good move?
By the way, Kayakin did take on h7.
Right.
So let's see, Anish Giri, king to g7, and what's going on here?
At least he stopped rook f8 check, so it's certainly a natural move as well.
So if you go rook f8, you're going queen e5, is that the idea?
Well, knight d5, attacking the rook and covering f6,
Oh,
I
you're
guess.
attacking the rook. You can't do that.
Mm.
So what can he do here? Not
There's
easy.
plenty moves. Like, I think the most human move would just be to play king g2, probably not the most bestest move, but to get out of any potential checks on c1.
What about your a
and
pawn?
take it from there. Yeah, maybe you can just take the a pawn. I mean, like, it's still
Like,
scary.
You've got to
but,
have checkmate. Queen a2, swapping queens. Thank you very much.
Mhm. Yeah, okay, I will get my pawn back, but I agree, that's not what we're looking for. So yeah, king g2, probably a little slow. And maybe it's not easy. Maybe Anish did a very good job of hanging in there.
Wow.
Maybe he's going to draw and I get one result right. That'd be exciting.
Goodness, then we're all square for today.
That'd be like
That'd be a miracle.
the happiest day of the week.
Maybe you
for me.
will draw. Maybe you're just going to draw this.
Yeah, maybe Fabiano in time trouble, he missed some chances for even more. I believe after queen e5, there were some nasty moves like queen to b4
That's such a hard
and then
move.
queen
I mean,
f8,
that's-
but that's of course, once again,
Yeah.
Captain Houdini hindsight speaking. You think that'd be a good name for me? Captain Houdini hindsight? No? I like it.
I know you do. It's not.
It's like on Family Guy where Peter Griffin goes to this high school reunion party and he says he's a cowboy astronaut millionaire. It's one of my favorite episodes. He goes in an astronaut suit
With
with
a
a cowboy hat and like a bling chain, and he says he's a cowboy astronaut millionaire.
Wow.
That's what I want to be when I grow up,
I know.
especially the cowboy part.
That would be great.
So rook takes h7,
Was
threatening, nice little...
If he plays rook e1, I'll be super impressed.
Yeah, rook c d1 is also possible. Once again, same idea after d8 queen.
Ah, d8 queen. Yeah.
King takes, king d6. Rook takes d4, bishop d5. This rook takes e4, using the pin and stopping rook h8 checkmate. So that's possible, but of course, as you pointed out, rook c d1, there is d5.
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 And yeah, it's still trouble, right? Very hard to defend this position.
Yeah.
Rook e1 is the computer move and probably the best move, but not an easy one to find to unpin that bishop, which you've so carefully pinned.
Not at all.
Mr. Grishuk trying to hang in there. Anish Giri, maybe his situation is not as bad as we made it sound, but I still think White has to be better. He just has such a shaky king.
No, without a shadow of a doubt, this gets better for White. Remember to send us your tweets, ladies and gentlemen, hashtag C24Live. We do want to hear from you because it's getting to that hour. It's 8:30. We've been going 5
Already,
hours.
time flies when you're watching chess.
Right, and we might have another 5 to
5
go.
hours ahead, that is very likely. What we can do is advertising the beautiful prize one of our dear viewers won today, Gravity. It says on the cover, tense, thrilling and beautiful, by the renowned newspaper The Sun, I believe it was. Is that your favorite newspaper?
It's not a newspaper. It's a tabloid. It's a tabloid paper.
Okay.
There is no real news in The Sun.
Right. 10 Oscar nominations, including Best Picture 2014, which is really, there were so many great movies. 11 BAFTA nominations. Let's read the cover text. I'm sure people are... let's not overdo it. Someone won this beautiful prize. Ooh. Congratulations. And thank you so much, Ian Robinson, for donating it.
Absolutely. We've got to
really
move.
Do appreciate it.
We've got to move, and it's a move which may...
Knight of 5, swapping down.
Just swapping down. Maybe he just couldn't see anything, which is also possible because...
Maybe he's fatigued.
Well, also this move is scary. If you don't see anything, Queen takes A3 comes, you're a pawn down. Right. The last thing you want to do is lose. So it's basically everything's going to come off, you would assume.
Well, White would still be better in a perfect world because his king is safer, which matters in a heavy piece ending. And here there is threats like Queen takes A3, Rook G5 would all of a sudden be very bad news. But there is Queen C1 check, King G2, Queen C6 check. And yeah, if King back you repeat, and King H3 there is Queen H6 for example, and you already have to be a bit adventurous to go King G4 here. And after Queen E6, let's say, I'm not so sure White is winning this.
Well,
no, I don't think he's winning this.
I think it's going to peter out. I think it's going to be a draw.
Speaking of peter out, while we were on the break, I had a short chat with Mr. Peter Svidler, who was very, very offended that I predicted him losing. He should be happy though, like I reverse jinxed him. I told him I'll predict his loss every game from now. He said in his game against Levon Aronian, which was a draw, that Aronian had actually expected a different opening. Didn't expect Peter to play the Grunfeld, and therefore he kind of did peter out. When he saw the Grunfeld, he played this Rook takes B7, solid line, but not that challenging.
Wow.
So always interesting the stories behind these games and why guys choose this or choose that.
That's unbelievable, isn't it?
That is
no,
great.
I think this one's really going to end in a draw, guys. I really do believe that. If he swaps it all down. I mean, it's not difficult to calculate this.
No, I think he's going to figure that out. Okay, here, yeah, White can't do that much. The Rook endings are a draw after Queen F3, and Rook F3 self-pin is probably not a good idea.
And Rook E7 is a good one.
Yeah. Francisco Vallejo Pon, I believe there's an extra S there, probably didn't fit into Twitter, says Veyi qualified against Ivan Salgado, so Paco will fight against both Chinese players. Interesting match to watch. Maybe we'll zoom in tomorrow, see how Paco fares in Leon.
Paco Vallejo.
The Pac-Man.
Very good player. Crushed me at Blitz, didn't he? We had a little Blitz session the other week, yeah, and I don't know if you remember that.
I don't remember, I was so tired.
And Paco gave me a really good beating. I mean, I think I got 1 or 2 out of 9 against him, something like that.
He's pretty good.
Yeah, I know he's pretty good, but I mean, you know.
Also a good commentator. I enjoyed the bit he did on the show, really much better than the stuff we do. He actually explained things about chess and passed on dropping some knowledge.
Rook CD1 played by Grishchuk. Very interesting move. Now,
we're expecting D5.
D5.
I think, they will spot
and
that.
Now you can come back with the rook. With the little incy-bincy... Oh, it's not a threat because of D6 check, right?
Right.
Or is it a
Is
threat?
there this our usual trick? What happens then? D8
Hold
queen?
on a second. What do you mean here?
Yeah.
Queen. takes.
King d6. I know you have king e8. Or even king c8, because the bishop doesn't have the d5 square anymore.
So, yeah. Is that really? Is that the move?
I don't know. King c8? What are you going to do?
King c8. King c8.
Still feels troublesome.
Still feels like I want to put my bishop here, right?
Mating nets all over the
It
place.
looks completely gone, right?
That is a good move, bishop b5, yeah. Yeah, maybe you have to go king e8 and try not to get mated on that side of the board. But it all looks very dangerous. Bishop b5, king f8, king e6. Trouble with the king, the d pawn.
No, it's
is
gone.
a good one. I think it
It's
might
gone.
be still lost.
I think it's lost.
Let's see if Sergei Karyakin pulls off an unlikely comeback.
Really, just unbelievable.
This guy is a tremendous defender, though. He can get into trouble, and we've seen it quite a bit, but he's so hard to finish off, and here he even looks like he's winning a bad position. Daniel Beltran is saying he's very glad he didn't participate. The thought of owning the Gravity DVD, it's a Gravity Blu-ray actually, we wouldn't just give you the DVD, gives him chills. Why do you think we're auctioning it off? Like, it has provided a lot of bad luck and bad karma and actually angry discussions along the office. Tomorrow we'll auction off something much better, like, what is much better than Gravity?
There isn't really much better than Gravity in general. It's one of the greatest films ever made, so I'm not quite sure.
I can't think of one.
I'm not really sure.
Sharknado, maybe we should get Sharknado.
Sharknado, no? Yeah.
That is a great movie.
That sounds like a great movie. We've had a move. Bishop takes f5 played.
No surprise there.
He's
I'm predicting bishop takes f5.
Are you now predicting? Is he thinking about moving the rook, though?
I don't think he is really. If you allow the bishop to stay alive, it's better than a knight. Bishop e4 or bishop g4, I'm not sure where you put it. Yeah, maybe you don't put it there because you can go to rest. I don't know.
Maybe he's going to just be a sicko and win.
I don't know. Nah. You think he's going to make a pretentious move like rook c7, like saying, you know what?
Yeah. I think there's a chance.
I don't want to swap down. Maybe.
I think there's a chance.
No, he did take on f5.
He did. Okay. Yeah, this is going to end in a draw, folks.
Which would mean I got one right.
That means we're all square. That means that you only owe me
an extra dinner.
You only owe me two dinners.
Down. Beautiful.
And I missed out on e6. Do you remember that round with e6?
I do remember.
Kramnik. I mean, I really could have maxed on this. This is the position at the moment.
Well, it ain't over till it's over. He played queen c3? No, I thought that was oof. Queen c3, but was on the way to c1. Showed up on our screen briefly. Toward a low mate.
Pit stop.
Made a little pit stop. And now queen c6 check, I think, is the most clinical way.
You've got to play it because rook
rook f3 you can't do because of rook f7 amongst other things, and king h3. At the minimum there is queen h6 and queen e6. So I wouldn't be surprised if this ended in a move repetition right here, right now.
Fatboy Slim.
Whom are you calling Fatboy Slim?
Right here,
Anish
right
Giri?
now. Right here, right now.
Right.
Do you remember that track?
Right here, right now.
Yeah, it's a great little track.
It is a good track.
Yeah, this is gonna end in a draw.
Right.
This is gonna end in a draw. I've said that before, but I've also.
Can you repeat it?
This is gonna end in a draw. But the Karyakin, he knows he's close. I know he knows. Do you know how I know he knows? Do you know how I know that he knows that I know?
I don't know how you know that he knows that you know.
Don't you know?
I don't know. Tell us. How do you know that he knows that you know that he knows that you know?
He just knows.
He knows. He's a nosy guy.
He's full of... Has he got a... No, he's not that nosy.
No, he's actually not that nosy.
Not nosy. Recently got married, Sergei Karyakin.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Who else got married? They've all been married, right?
I don't think Magnus Carlsen is married.
No, he's not actually.
Who else? I don't think Anish Giri is married. There's some rumors he's dating this
some
some girl who keeps bullying us.
Yeah.
We're not.
Yeah.
You know who you are, Sopico.
We're coming for you.
We got stuff.
We got
planning.
stuff. We got. Oh my goodness! He didn't repeat. He played Queen E3.
Yeah, also fine. Same thing.
Same.
Just going for it. Drawn rook ending. Queen F1 was the way to play for a loss, but then
Well,
many options. Rook E7, Rook C7, Queen
just never
D2.
winning, no.
It's just not
Is it just
a
going
way to play for a win.
Just going to be a drawn rook ending then? You think?
I don't know what's going to happen, as we know, but yeah, I think it's going to end in a draw.
It's going to go on a bit longer.
Right.
Kayaking, grinding away, thinking about, well, the honeymoon was... Has it happened yet, the honeymoon?
Probably this is the honeymoon.
Oh.
Beautiful Stavanger. I heard they have this nice flower island.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They have the fjords as well, don't they, in Norway? The fjords are little lakes that you can go and have a little
They have stuff.
cruise with.
Do you hear about that prisoners island in Norway?
Prisoners Island.
Like some of the worst criminals, they don't put into jail, but they put them on a nice little island, like murderers and rapists and so on. They live on an island in houses and they work outside. They had a guy who murdered someone with a chainsaw, working with a chainsaw in the woods. They're very liberal. They believe in reintegration
So a
in
guy
society.
murdered somebody with a chainsaw, and yet they still allowed him to carry a chainsaw.
Yeah, he went to that prisoners island. They live in houses. The guards, I think they're unarmed. They stop by to have a coffee. And it has, well, they say it has a much higher success rate than anything else. But yeah, it's a really nice
let me
island
just
to
get
play.
this. Let me just try and understand this. A guy murders somebody
Right,
with a chainsaw.
right,
He then gets taken to a nice holiday resort,
right,
gets given a house
right.
and a chainsaw.
Pretty much.
Doesn't have to pay taxes or anything like that. There are no.
I'm not sure he's getting paid a salary. Maybe he is, yeah.
Maybe he's getting something modest for Norwegian standards, like 10
Right.
€10 an hour.
I'm sure it's more than that.
20
Yeah,
euros.
no, probably full board. Yeah. The guards are friendly, yeah. I've
And they
seen
go and
her-
have a coffee every day.
Yeah,
while
they stop by for a coffee, like, yeah, how you doing? How's that chainsaw work you're doing there in the woods? How's that helping you?
Oh my god.
True story.
I think
Google
this
it.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's a true story. Like it's rapists and murderers, and they have a higher reintegration rate than others, they say. So they do things their own way in Norway.
Wow, I'm sort of speechless if I'm honest.
Check it out.
I can't check it out. I'm just in too much.
Too much going on, like Grishuk having played rook back to c1.
It's never easy when you play Grishuk.
Well, I think this is one of the easier spots when you play Grishuk. It's as good as it gets, yeah?
No, you
I
just-
think we were looking at this move d8 queen. Compy wants some other lines, but this looks pretty convincing to me, I gotta say. King f8, and now just move the bishop b5. Planning all kinds of unpleasantness, like d6, d7, king takes f6. He did play g4.
That's a sick move as
That
well.
is a pretty good move as well. Just, and worry about nothing. You can't move. Like rook dc2. By now familiar idea of d8 strikes once again with even more force. You don't have to worry about that pawn. Yeah,
Sick.
I don't see Grishuk hanging in there.
Yeah.
Ken Chamberlain points out on Twitter that Grandmaster Ken Rogoff is seen on CNN and other news shows quite often.
Yeah,
Closest
that's
to a
true.
celeb that he knows.
Do you know him?
I don't know him personally. I certainly know what he does. He's a famous economist, I
Right.
believe a professor at Harvard
Yeah, I
or one
think
of these
that's right.
places. And yeah, he is kind of a celeb. I'm not sure if it counts though if you're a grandmaster first and then you become a celeb. I think by those standards,
He's not really a
Magnus Carlsen would
celebrity
qualify.
either. I don't. He's not.
He's more of an expert.
He's
who
an
gets, like,
expert. He's a.
consulted.
Yeah. I mean, he's very well, but he's not. When we talk about
Not
celebrity, we
Vladimir Klitschko.
want- no, we want a sportsman, a musician, an artist, somebody in the pop culture, somebody in the limelight. Ken Rogoff, very nice guy. I met him actually. He was just a grandmaster, pretty, no problem. Just be a GM. Then hold Kasparov and then try and solve the world's economic problems, right?
Fair enough.
No
It's a bit
problem.
sad
It's a bit sad, yeah.
that he left the important chess problems for world economy.
Do you think we could get him working for Chess24?
Probably. I don't think he's that busy.
Like,
Interest rate just went down again, right?
yeah.
Closely following world
Yeah,
economy.
I think
Nah,
so.
I don't know. Chris Wainscott trying to teach us how to pronounce Agdestein.
Agdestein.
Agdestein. I think it's Agdestein, right?
Agdestein
Agdestein is
or-
maybe the English pronunciation. The
Right.
Norwegian is
Agdestein.
Agdestein.
Yeah, very, very possibly. I have to say, I don't know. I've met Seaman numerous occasions, but I've always called
You've
him
never
Seaman.
asked him how to pronounce his last name? How do you pronounce Trent?
Like that.
Trent. It's not that hard, really.
No, it's only 5 letters. It's pretty good.
One,
No.
2, 3. Yeah, it's fine.
But it's more difficult to pronounce Gustafsson.
It's not that hard either.
No,
People misspell it normally, but to pronounce it, I don't even know. Probably I'm mispronouncing it. It should probably be Gustafsson. Why say Gustafsson?
Right.
Who knows?
Right. Very good. Let's see.
C4. Very good move by
Yeah, seriously
Mr.
good.
Seryosha.
Sayosha?
Isn't that the nickname for Sergey? I'm not sure. I think it is.
Is it? I'm not sure.
Sam Thompson is saying we're dropping knowledge like Galileo dropped the orange.
We've got a.
Quoting Beastie Boys. He's really into the rap quotes today,
Yeah,
Sam
so
Thompson.
he's sick.
Much appreciated.
Tarja
Tarja.
Svensson, please. Thank you very much. Not entirely accurate about the prison island. They are taken to the island after having served a long sentence.
Ah, okay, so they're already
I was going to say, it
tamed
seems
down
like
a little.
it seems like a bit of a.
I did think they were serving their sentence on the island. Okay. The basic story still stands though, right? It's part of their sentence is passed on this island, working with a chainsaw in the woods.
Yeah.
We'll check it out.
Queen A2 by Caruana.
Wow. Is this a case of pushing a little too hard? Could that be?
Could be.
Queen A2, what's going on? Maybe it's not pushing too hard. Queen takes D3, Queen
Ooh.
E6, and all of a sudden,
Ooh.
he's a resourceful fella, this Fabiano.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, there's a double attack against the rook, Queen F6, Queen F8. Let's have a look at the other options for black. Queen A2. I like this move, rook E7. Covering E6, just threatening rook E2, Queen E2, probably threatening Queen takes D3.
Yeah.
I guess he would play something active like Queen D5.
Yeah, that's the move I'd play. And after Queen D3, Rook F4, stopping Queen E2, Queen E4. I'm just saying, okay.
But you're not going to win this.
King H3. Okay,
I'd
Queen
say
E6.
Queen
yeah.
E5 or Queen E6.
Queen E6 exchanging the queens.
No way to win this, but probably he's going to hold without a problem.
We have an image of Bastoy Prison Island for all of you guys who are interested in where the murderers are sent after after serving a long sentence. Makes a lot more sense, yeah. I thought it was.
I'm not sure.
I know it's a
Probably,
liberal.
most likely Tarja is correct on this. The report I saw didn't look like. It looked like they were.
Right.
Doesn't look so bad.
It looks all right there, yeah. Looks quite nice. Maybe we
It is
should
a
go
prison.
there. He did play Rook E7. He's a very strong player. Now the big
He is
question
quite
is he going to go Queen D5 here?
I think he is.
That's his idea. And he did, instantly.
Centralizing. I learned some time ago, I forgot from whom. Putting your biggest piece in the middle of the board is normally a good idea. It's a rule.
Absolutely. No, I would agree.
See, it has by so far the lowest reoffending rate in Europe. I'm not sure this is the time to read articles about Bastion Island.
Queen D5 though has been played and still practically a bit difficult for black because
Nah, he's going to play Queen takes D3,
okay,
Rook
sure.
G5, King F6. So it's not that many checks.
Finita la comedia.
Yeah, I think it's not
Like here, I would probably play.
G4. What is this?
Just a bluff, isn't it, basically?
It's probably a bluff. Might work against me, but not against that.
It would definitely work against you.
No, you just gotta pin something all the time. Let's say rook e2 check, go king h3. Oh yeah, he played this.
Yeah, so...
Rook g5, king f6, rook g4 we were looking at.
Yeah.
Rook e2, king h3,
Yeah.
and queen f5, keeping you pinned. And I don't see you winning this like ever. I'll go somewhere. e6, f7, doesn't matter.
Well, I can go here as well.
Yeah, you can give some checks, but why? How are you ever gonna be better? King e6, king d5. Gotta be careful.
I can lose this, right?
You can lose this. You might be losing it.
Yeah, I'm not losing. But yeah, it should be a draw. And Anish played...
Will be a draw. Anish, I think he's got some confidence back having survived this.
Yeah, absolutely. Brilliant.
Alexander Grishuk, I don't think he's a very happy camper after g4, once again taking his time.
Yeah.
It's just too much to handle. Why there's too many ideas? He already has some very fair material compensation. Yeah, I think he's gonna go down.
Yeah. He's gonna go down today. Shame really, but...
Oh, and Fabiano has played rook g5 check. They're going straight down your line. Very important for Anish to go to the 6th rank and not to the 8th rank now, because on the 8th rank winter is coming.
With either piece, I suppose.
I think with either piece. Rook g8. I like rook g8 much better, I have to say that.
Symmetry. Yeah.
Symmetry
you know what
is
I mean.
a beautiful thing.
You know what I'm trying to say. It's not actually symmetry.
No, it's not symmetrical at all. It's more
You play king
coordination.
f6, no problem.
He's a very strong player.
Yeah.
I expect rook g4. I like this rook g4 move.
Just
But I would expect him to find his
Testing.
way through. You gotta pin that rook so it can't annoy you even further. So this rook e2 and queen f5 I quite like. Maybe you can also go queen e2, queen e6. But no, I like activating.
yeah, queen. This is very strong, especially after
It's not mate. It's not mate. And I know you were gonna try to call me out. Okay.
You sure it's not mate?
Not sure.
It's not mate, is it?
It's not mate. You only have one piece. Probably was mate in 2 earlier.
You mean around here?
Hmm.
No.
Does hold as well. But I like this rook e2, queen
Yeah.
f5 better. It looks
Yeah.
more harmonious.
Very good. Very good stuff.
Mhm.
Let's have a look at some tweets.
LifeSlayer696, beautiful Twitter handle, it says, don't you guys think that Carlsen's play has decreased after World Championship? He got great results, but he's not as dominant in his play. I don't know. I mean, like, he did win the 2 tournaments he played
Yeah.
after the World Championship, and his rating has not really taken a drop. It's still at 2880, some craziness. He has a slow start in this tournament, but as Kramnik himself said, you should not write him off yet, I don't think. So, no, I have noticed. We were all shocked he lost 2 games in Shamkir, but he also won a lot of games, and he won the tournament. So he was experimenting. I think what he's trying to do is like increase his array of styles he can play a little bit, and experimenting a little with his limits, and it might slightly hurt his results here and there. But I think it's the right thing to do long term, instead of sticking to the grinding style, which he's been kind of famous for, to add a little Lawrence Trent to his game.
What, blundering pieces and making horrible, rash decisions?
That's what you said. I would never dare to imply anything like that. But to become a more, dynamic, complete player, so he can, especially for World Championships, be on that battleground as well. Having said all that, he's probably the strongest player ever already. He is pretty well versed in all the areas of the game.
Right.
We've got some moves. What happened? He didn't
my.
pin. No, it's still going to be a draw though.
It's just going to be a draw. That's
Oh
just
yeah, he
a
didn't
draw.
go rook g4, he just forced the rooks off. Queen f6, queen d6, king g5, queen e7, yeah. Gonna be a draw, even king h6 is a draw. Not sure why you were gonna want to go there, it just looked silly.
He's just going to go...
Yeah, he's gonna go somewhere. Is there a self-made? Oh yeah, you
I found the only move that loses.
Nice. Queen h4, king f5, queen h7.
Yeah.
Geometry.
Actually, king f5 also loses, in fairness to me.
Alright. King h5, no, king h5 really holds. Yeah, let's draw.
So anywhere but g4 and f5. So he's got he's got 5 king moves.
Yeah, 3 draw, 2 lose.
He's got a 40% chance of losing.
Yeah, exactly. Because that's how you determine chances. You always take all the legal moves, like the ones losing, just as likely as the ones not losing. No, this is going to be a draw. Of course, king g6, queen e6, king g7.
Yeah.
They will repeat. Queen e7, king h8 would be another bad idea here.
You're right. So actually,
Also
statistically, that's a 1 in 6 shot,
Statistically, if they keep repeating these positions a bit, he is going to lose the game.
Yeah.
No, this is going to be a draw. Grishuk, I believe, is going to lose, but he still has not thrown in the towel, and why would he? Yeah, this is a draw, which means my first correct prediction out of the last 8 games,
Wow.
which is a serious
You've saved
track
a dinner.
record.
That's good
fills
news.
me with joy. I
That's
think we
good.
have a little video ready of my prediction history, or have we played it already?
No,
I'm
we
not
haven't.
sure.
We're going to
We
get it
haven't.
up. Let's get that video
Beautiful.
up. Nice.
It is a.
You really
Full
do
of
have
wisdom.
a lot of spare time on your hands. It must be
Oh,
nice.
it was just 1 minute.
Well, okay, but where would you ever get that from? That's what I
You
don't
work
know.
around an office, you know. People send you random crap.
They do, right. We have one more game left, ladies and gentlemen. Let's have a quick recap of today's highlights very quickly. So far, Levon Ironi and Peter Svidler draw, solid stuff. Not really much to report in that one. Carlsen draw black against Topalov. Topalov bailed out when it looked like he had a bit of initiative.
Right.
Simon Agerstein, solid, slightly shaky towards the end, but managed to hold the draw with white against Vladimir Kramnik. Another draw. Caruana Giri, draw, which means there's only one game left. Karyakin, Grishchuk, and it looks like Sergei Karyakin, the young Russian grandmaster, is going to win, and that will be the only...
It's really a turnaround because he was, at the very least, in trouble. Got an ending in exchange down out of the opening, but managed to convert it into this position thanks to Grishuk's time trouble and, of course, thanks to his strong play.
And basically the point here is that black simply can't deal with all of white's threats. Rook dc2 would run into d8 equals queen, check, king takes d8, and king d6, threatening rook h8 mate. The king comes over, you can now just give a check, and after king f8, you can go king e6, and the pawns fall quite simply.
Even if they don't, there's just too much to handle. d6, d7, rook f7, rook f6, h4, h5
So many
if
pawns.
needed. It's too much. Ken Chamberlain says, I've heard that Lawrence Trent's style is Tal-like. Does it mean your hairstyle, your clothing style?
My hairstyle is much more Tal-like than my playing style. I would love to play like, I would love to play play like Tal, but the problem is, well, there's a few problems. Firstly, I'm much weaker than him. Secondly, I'm a hell of a lot less talented. And thirdly, no, that's about it, really.
That's about it. Well, you never had a coach like Alexander Koblenz.
No, I did.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah.
My favorite chess book of all times, Life and Games of Mikhail Tal. I think it's a fantastic book. I highly recommend it to anybody. And of course, I also highly recommend Peter Svidler's video series on Mikhail Tal on Chess24 to get a little plug-in. It's really a good series, though. I've watched it all. It is very educational.
It is very educational. Watch his series, watch my series, watch Jan's series. In fact, why don't you watch everybody's series? You can do that. You don't have to click by video. Go to chess24.com, become a premium member. It's cheap. It's really, in the grand scheme of things, becoming a premium member to get all of that content and then to get all of the other bonuses, there's going to be a lot more on there. You got to do it. So please get on there and do it.
You get a lot of trend for the buck, don't you?
You do get a lot of bang for your buck. It's good to get bang for your buck, isn't it?
Sounds like another TV show, Bang and Buck. Kids show maybe like Bungle and Zippy.
Zippy and Bungle. All right, we're waiting for Karyakin. Well, quite simply, after G5, D8 Queen is just crushing. I mean, this is just...
Did he play G5? Ah, yeah, he did play.
I'm playing like this. This is all forced. This is just forced. There's just no...
Well, Bishop B5 wasn't even forced. You could also start with King E6, I would guess. And then after King F8, which still looks forced. Yeah, okay, you gotta move the bishop at some point. I was gonna say King F6, but that's a way to plunder the bishop after Rook F2 check. It's just too much, Rook anywhere. Now you should have gone to C7, so there's D6. No way, yeah. Can still do it. Too many enemy.
Well, I could, I am capable of...
I was looking for a mate, but the problem is you always have D7 or D6.
Still winning. That's the gross thing about this. Amazing stuff. So, if Karyakin wins, which we expect he will, let's have a think about the standings. Caruana will be on 3. Next, amazingly, he'll be a point clear. Oh no, he won't. He won't. Kramnik's on 2.5. Kramnik will be sole second with 2.5. Then we have Adjestein, Karyakin, Grishchuk.
Whom did Kramnik win against? I'm a complete blank. Seriously, do you remember?
I do remember. It was...
he won against Anish, of course, yeah. It was this pretentious game.
Yeah, right.
Right, sorry.
So, Kramnik will be on 2.5. Grishchuk, Karyakin, Adjestein, Carlsen, Aronian on 2. On 1.5, Svidler, Dobalov, Giri. That's it.
That's it?
So...
Do you think Giri and Caruana
by the way.
Look alike a little bit? If Giri had shorter hair, do you think they could be called the Team Chuchilov brothers?
The Team Chuchilov brothers?
Because they're both students of Vladimir Chuchilov.
Yeah, they could be actually. Maybe in order to be a student of Vladimir Chuchilov, you have to be rather short, rather small, and wear glasses. So, for example, you would be no good for Chuchilov.
Probably not. Chuchilov, I think he has trained Jan Smeets, who is not short.
No. In fact, you and Jan Smeets would be more of the same...
We've trained... I've worked a lot with Smeets. He was my second, I was his second. We had many training sessions. And, yeah, we both didn't get any good at chess.
Jan is a great player. What did he get to, 2650?
No, he was 2680 at some point.
No. Really? As much as that? My goodness, Jan.
But he's not on the Dutch national team anymore. I think they're bringing in the young guns. They brought in Robin van Kampen. Of course, they have Anish. Erwin Lamy has...
Luc van Wely.
Luke is still there. Tivyakov might still be there.
It's a good team.
Pretty decent team. A lot of decent teams. England, pretty decent team. Germany, not so bad. France, even these Western European teams are pretty good, you know.
It's going to be a hard.
It'll be a hard-fought Olympiad.
We're going to be covering it, of course, Chess 24 in just about, when is it, 2 months? Less than 2 months.
Yeah, it's like 50 days or something
50 days, guys, my goodness.
Time flies. And of course, we've reported on this, the Olympiad did get the funding they needed. Who knows how much trouble they were, but they got 12 million Norwegian krona, which is like €1.5 million extra from the government. So it will happen in Tromsø.
Yeah, absolutely. Brilliant. Well, we're still waiting. We've got this position. King F8. Karyakin playing like a machine.
Waiting for Grishuk.
Just King E6. I mean, it's just awful, the position.
Yeah, it is. I think it's hopeless. It's just too much.
And if you go Rook E1?
You can do that, but there's always King takes F6, right?
Check.
Yeah. I'm not sure. All the moves look good to me. King G5, King G6, King E5. Oh yeah, this looks pretty good. Important not to blunder the bishop with D6, but
even that isn't losing. I don't think.
I like King G6.
No checks.
No checks. No
Nice.
strikes.
Really nice. He played Rook E1. That's the move that I thought is the most human. But you can just take, and if check, you can also just come back this way.
Yeah, other moves look good, right? King G6 also looks very good.
King G6.
Rook takes E4, and then you do something nasty.
Oh,
like
goodness.
winning the rook.
Oh, goodness. No, it's going to be game over very shortly, guys. It's 9 o'clock here. This is our dedicated wheel.
Is it already 9 o'clock?
My goodness,
wow.
amazing how the time flies. We've been going for about 6 hours here in the studio. Jan is getting super tired of me.
No.
We hope you've enjoyed it so far because it's been a good day. He's played King G6, bashing out the moves now. And Grishtuk's going to resign any moment now. You can't even take the pawn on E4, so what's the point in playing on? It's like,
no, you can play on as much as you like, but yeah, I do think it's quite hopeless here. The white king is so safe on G6, it's like impossible to get to him.
remember, we will be here again tomorrow, same time.
It's true.
We
That's how we spend our weekend, watching Norway chess, telling you guys about it. Thanks for all the tweets. Keep them coming. We do enjoy them. We do apologize once again to the winner of this prize.
We'll reveal the winner tomorrow.
Reveal tomormer after our army of analysts has gone through the tweets that we received.
And if there is no exact, I'm not sure there is going to be an exact.
No, if someone didn't get everything right, we'll roll it out tomorrow again. You have to score 5 out of 5 to win gravity. 4 out of 5 and saying no one else got 4 will not cut it. You need 100% to get this. And yeah, it might not have been easy. Not all the results were so predictable.
So King G6 on the board now. Grishtuk, let's see what the time is.
Do you think we should get paid for all this relentless gravity plugging we're doing? I mean, the DVD sales will go through the roof. Right?
Yeah, I think so. I think we should get the same sort of fee that George Clooney got for the film. What do you think?
I was going to say he was in the film for like 2 minutes, but that would be a spoiler, right? We don't want to do that.
No, we won't want to spoil
No. He was
a bit
on
longer.
there all the way.
A bit longer than that as well. Thanks for your tweets. Well, they have been entertaining today. And
Henrik Carlson is saying, Magnus always reaches top form after 2 days of football training. I'm not sure, maybe saying Magnus only got 1 day in so far. No idea.
so apparently he does play better after playing football. It's a result. It's over. King G6 and
Game
Alexander
over.
Grishtuk has had enough. You can't really blame him. So that means that we are going to bow out for today.
We're done for the day.
We're done for the day. We've had a great day. Let's actually get the pairings up for tomorrow.
Let's have a look at those. What's in store tomorrow?
Tomorrow we've got a very interesting day. We've got maybe you can read them out for us, please, Mr. Gustafsson.
That's what I do. We've got Alexander Grishuk, fresh of a loss today against Sergei Kayakin, playing Seaman Aktestein with the white pieces tomorrow, who has proved he's not a pushover. We have Magnus Carlsen, young Norwegian player, has proved to be pretty talented, playing against world number 2, Levon Aronian. That's a pretty big match.
Woo! Game of the day, isn't
We
it?
have Vladimir Kramnik against Fabiano Caruana, the tournament leaders facing off. Caruana in the lead, Kramnik in second place. Clash of generations. The elder statesman Vladimir Kramnik against the up-and-coming Fabiano Caruana. We have Peter Svidler against Sergei Kayakin, the Russian duel. I couldn't think of anything smart to say.
A
That.
horrible way
Yeah,
to
that was bad.
That was pretty bad.
The inner Russian battle. We have Anish Giri, the player whom Lawrence Trent likes least in this field. He keeps calling him pretentious.
That's
he keeps
not
making
true.
fun of his
Anish.
physique, his glasses. Let's
Anish,
see what insults he
It's
can
not
think of
at all
tomorrow
the-
when he plays against Vasilin Topalov.
Anish is one of my idols. True story. Love Anish. Love Anish. I love the tournament. It's gone really well so far. Looks like a real professional job. We're going to continue with it because we love it too. It's 9 o'clock
Do
here.
like it.
Doesn't bother us. Just a very quick
And where about
standings check for people who missed what I said before. Caruana out in front on 3 on his own. Kramnik hot on his heels, 2.5. Adjestein, Carlsen, Karyakin, Aronian all on 2 points. If we go down, we've also got Grishchak on 2 points. Topalov, Svidler and Anish all on -1. But
So worst score so far, -1. They feel very
not bad.
closely
Very
together.
close. Anybody can still win, still a long way to go. Round 5 tomorrow, 3:30 Central European time. We're going to be here, Gussi's going to be here. Hopefully we'll have some other special guests, who knows, we'll try and work something out. But until then, it's Saturday night. Go and have fun, enjoy yourselves. Live your youth, it's very important. See you tomorrow.